Hello everyone. Yes, today or for this session, you're going to learn how to play the rhythm part of Despacito by Luis Fonsi. You're also going to learn a right hand technique. Now, this song Despacito has only 4 chords, and if your guitar is tuned to standard, the chords are this: B minor, followed by G, and then D, and finally A. That is the sequence of the chords for this song. So the chord progression is B minor, G, D, and then A. All you have to do is repeat that sequence. So that's what we call the chord progression for this song. You keep on repeating the same sequence of chords over and over. But before we proceed to learning chords, let's talk about the basics of learning to play a guitar. First is we have 6 strings, right? The bottom numbered 1, then this is number 2, number 3, number 4, oops, number 5, number 6. The letter names would be E, B, G, D, A, E. So if you're going to tune guitar to standard, you must tune these strings to those letter names. And then, where you put your fingers on the fretboard, by the way, this is the fretboard. Right here, from this thing called nut up to the first fret wire, that space is what we call fret, first fret actually. And so this space is second fret, and this is third, fourth, fifth, and so on. Now let's talk about chords. For B minor, you have to lay your index finger across all 6 strings at second fret. And then your second finger goes on the second string at third fret. Your ring finger on the fourth string at fourth fret. And then your pinky on the third string at fourth fret. It's a bar chord. But for playing, the number 6 should not be played. So for B minor, you strum from 5th string all the way down. So these are the strings that you're going to play for this chord. The number 6 is a dead string. You're not going to play it. It's not part of the chord. Just lay your index finger across all 6 strings for comfort. But you can actually just play 5 strings, right? But of course, for ease at positioning your index finger, just lay it across all 6 strings. Don't just be mindful not to play the 6th string when you strum or when you ring the chord. G major chord. G major chord, you have your index finger on the 5th string at 2nd fret, and then your middle finger on the 6th string at the 3rd fret, and then your ring finger on the 1st string at 3rd fret. There, and you strum all 6 strings. So there. Alternatively, you can also use the other set of fingers, meaning your middle finger goes here, your ring finger here, and then your pinky here. D major, or simply D. For this, you have your index finger on the 3rd string here at 2nd fret, middle finger on the 1st string at 2nd fret, and ring finger on the 2nd string at 3rd fret. But for this chord, the number 5 and the number 6 are dead strings, meaning they are not supposed to be played. So you only strum from the 4th string down to 1st string. So that's the sound of D major chord. A major chord is it starts with your index finger on the 1st string at 2nd fret, middle finger on the 3rd string at 2nd fret, and then your ring finger on the 2nd string at 2nd fret also. But you may have to push back your index finger as well as your middle finger to give space for the 3rd finger. Make sure that the ring finger doesn't lay on the fret wire, or doesn't rest on the fret wire. It must be behind the fret wire. And also make sure that the index finger didn't go back to first fret. So all three fingers should be within the second fret. And none of them are sitting right on the fret wires. But for A major chord, the sixth string is not to be played. It's a dead string. So you start strumming from the fifth string, which is played open. And the first string is also open. So make sure your ring finger is arched enough so that none of its skin touches the first string. So that's A. Now you have learned all four chords: E minor, G, D, and A. That's for the left hand. Now it's time for us to learn the right hand technique for this song. So for the right hand, we have your thumb, of course. We're gonna use the thumb. And then you have your index finger, your middle finger, and your ring finger. So these are the four fingers that we're going to use to play the string. The technique is what we call Bass-Strum. Before we continue to learn Bass-Strum right hand technique, let's learn first about the strings. The strings of the guitar, there are 6 of them. The lower 3, these ones, 1, 2, 3, are called treble strings. And the other strings, the number 4, 5, and 6, are called bass strings. So you have bass strings and treble strings. Bass strings are the one that sound lower than the treble strings. So 4th, 5th, and 6th are the bass strings, or the strings that you're going to play bass notes. And the 3rd, 2, and 1 are the treble strings. Now let's discuss right hand technique, Bass-Strum. For Bass-Strum, as I've said earlier, you have your thumb and your index finger, middle finger, and your ring finger. How are we going to use these fingers? It's this way. The thumb will be assigned to play any of the bass strings. That means it would be the 4th string, or the 5th, or the 6th. It depends on the chord. We're gonna discuss which will be the bass strings or the bass note for each chord. But for the right hand technique, these are the strings that the right hand will be picking, either the 4th or the 5th or the 6th. And to pick it, just go this way. You just pick the string with this side of your thumb, right? So here, that's picking the 4th string, and then the 5th string, and then the 6th. Now for the other strings, we have your index finger assigned on the 3rd string, and we pluck the 3rd string upward. You'll be using the tip of your index finger to pluck the 3rd string, so like this. And the middle finger would be assigned on the 2nd string. Pluck the 2nd string upward also, or upward pick. And then the ring finger to pluck the 1st string. There. So you may have to practice moving your fingers this way, or make them walk on the strings. You have to hold your right hand like this, as if there's a ball inside. So you have to arch your wrist as well as your knuckles, not flat like that. So you go this way. This is wrong. Arch them. So it's like there's a ball inside your hand. It's like you're holding a ball, right? And then position in the tips of your fingers on the assigned strings. So the index finger is resting on the 3rd string, the middle finger on the 2nd string, and the ring finger on the 1st string. And practice this way. Pluck them at the same time. As this is how you're gonna move your fingers for this Bass-Strum right hand technique. We're not going to use S strum here, but this way of playing. And since the rhythm actually starts with the bass note followed by the treble strings or the strum, so it's going to be something like this, or like this, or like this. And that's what we call bass strum. Now, how to apply bass strum for each chord? Our first chord is B minor, and this is the shape for B minor, and the bass note of this chord is the lowest sounding note. Since the sixth string is dead, so this is the lowest sounding note, the fifth string, and that would be the bass note, and that would be the string that your thumb is going to play. So your thumb picks it downward, right? And then the other three fingers pick the strings upward, right? So that's bass strum. We're picking them individually, but at the same time. That's also called strumming. So that's what we call bass strum. So practice doing this. Next chord is G. This is G, and you're playing the sixth string because you have your finger there. So the lowest sounding note is the one on the sixth string. So the bass note is this one, and the bass strum for G is like this. There, right? The bass strum for D major chord. This is the shape of D, and since the fifth and the sixth strings are dead, so our lowest string, the lowest sounding string would be the fourth string, and this would be your bass note for D major chord, and that's the one going to be played by your thumb. Sorry, this one, and then the other fingers pick the treble strings. So bass strum for this chord would be like this. Bass strum for A major chord. This is the A major chord, or alternatively you can also play A major chord with the other set of three fingers, meaning instead of using 1, 2, 3 fingers to play this shape, you can also use your second or middle finger, ring finger, and your pinky to play A like this. And the bass drum for this chord is, of course, the sixth string is dead, so it's not this one, but this one. The fifth string is played open, so that will be the bass note, and that's the string that your thumb is going to play. You're not picking the fourth string, but the fifth string, so just leave the fourth string, and then the other three fingers play the treble strings. So for A, it's like this. So as recap, bass drum is the bass drum right hand technique is simply you pick the bass note of the chord first, and then you strum the treble strings. So for B minor, it's going to be, and for G, and for D, and then for A. Now let's talk about the rhythm for this song. Since this tutorial is more on the rhythm part of the song, not the lead part, so we're gonna discuss the rhythm, and we're using bass strum right hand technique for the rhythm part. For this song, your right hand technique follows a pattern. For each chord, especially B minor, G, and D, you have bass, strum, strum, bass, strum, strum. You pick the bass note first, and then strum twice, and then you repeat that sequence. So bass, strum, strum, bass, strum, strum. So for A, it's gonna be A, strum, strum. Just like one cycle of the pattern. So for B minor, you have two cycles of the patterns, and again the pattern is bass, strum, strum. So you do two cycles for B minor, bass, strum, strum, bass, strum, strum, and you do the same for G, and then for D, and for A, and then you stop the strings from ringing because there's a rest there. So that's how you do it. But there are two instances where you play A with 2 cycles of the pattern. And where are those? I'm gonna underline where you're gonna play the chord with 2 cycles of the pattern. You have come this far, but just one last thing. Let's discuss in detail the rhythmic pattern for this song. The song is written in 4/4 time signature. That means there are 4 beats in every measure. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's about the tempo of the song. For doing B minor, your bass note, when you pick the bass note, that is right at count 1, and then the first strum, that would be at count 2, and then just keep ringing past beat number 3, and then when you get beat number 4, that's the second strum. So our pattern or cycle of bass, strum, strum is actually bass, strum, strum, and it happens at 1, 2, 3, 4. B minor is played for 2 measures. That's why you have 2 rounds of pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then G is also played for 2 measures. So you have 2 rounds of the pattern. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for D, 2 measures also. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the A, most of the time A is played for 1 measure, 1 cycle of the pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the next measure, you have a break or silence for 1 measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. So that's playing time of each of those chords. The pattern is used for most part of the song, except for the intro where you have the lead guitar playing. Now for the rhythm backing of that lead guitar part, you can just strum each of those chords once. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, please don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'd be automatically notified any latest upload. Thank you so much.